Ever wondered what makes a character in a story unforgettable? Characters are the beating heart of any narrative. They are the vessels through which we experience the world of the story, and their journeys, choices, and transformations guide us through the narrative landscape. In the realm of storytelling, character creation is more than just dreaming up names or deciding whether they're going to have curly hair or straight. It's about understanding who they are at their core and how they engage with the world around them. It's about crafting individuals that are as complex, flawed, and beautifully human as we are, even if they happen to be aliens from a distant galaxy or magical creatures from a forgotten realm. The process of character creation, often referred to as character development, is a vital component of crafting a compelling narrative. It's an exploration into the soul of your character, delving into their desires, fears, strengths, and weaknesses. It's understanding their past, their present, and where they hope to be in the future. However, like any journey, the road to creating unforgettable characters is not without its pitfalls. Common missteps often include whitewashing, which is the practice of glossing over or ignoring cultural and racial identities, or creating characters with confusing or unrealistic details. These mistakes not only undermine the authenticity of your characters, but can also alienate readers, pulling them out of the narrative. So, how do we avoid these pitfalls and create characters that resonate with readers? Characters that they'll remember long after they've closed the book or turned off the screen? Well, it's not as daunting as it might seem. The key is to approach character creation with the same curiosity, empathy, and patience that we extend to understanding real people. Creating unforgettable characters is an art, and like any art, it requires practice and understanding. So, how do you begin to create a character that resonates with readers? Well, it all starts with choosing the right character for your story. This is a crucial step that can influence the direction of your narrative, the emotional connection with your audience, and ultimately, the success of your tale. But how do you make this choice? First, consider your character's backstory. This is the history of your character before your story begins. It can include their upbringing, pivotal life events, past relationships, and experiences that have shaped them. A well-crafted backstory adds depth to your character and gives readers a reason to care about what happens to them. Next, think about your character's gender, age, and species. These factors can greatly affect how your character interacts with the world around them and how they perceive their own experiences. Remember, diversity in character creation can lead to richer, more varied stories. Now, let's talk about values and beliefs. What does your character hold dear? What principles guide their actions? These elements play a major role in driving your character's decisions and reactions, and they can also create conflict, which is a key element of engaging storytelling. Lastly, consider your character's personality traits. Is your character introverted or extroverted? Are they adventurous or cautious? These traits will influence how your character behaves, responds to situations, and interacts with others. They'll also help readers form a mental image of your character, making them more real and relatable. Keep in mind, the character you choose doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, flaws can make characters more relatable and human, but they should be consistent and believable, with traits and a backstory that fit the narrative you're crafting. So take your time and don't rush this process. Developing a well-rounded, compelling character requires thought, research, and imagination. But the payoff is worth it. Remember, the character you choose sets the stage for your story. So choose wisely. Now that we've chosen our character, where do they come from? What's their story? Imagine this. You're sitting across from your character at a cozy coffee shop, the aroma of freshly ground coffee wafting through the air. You're about to embark on a journey of discovery, delving into the depths of their past. This is the process of crafting a backstory. A backstory isn't just a history lesson about your character. It's the intricate tapestry that weaves together the experiences, memories, trials, and triumphs that shape them into the person they are in your story. Their backstory is their foundation, the underlying bedrock that informs their values, their beliefs, their fears, and their dreams. Why did our character choose to become a detective? Perhaps they were inspired by the detective stories they read as a child, or maybe they're driven by a personal tragedy, a mystery they couldn't solve. This backstory adds a layer of depth and complexity to the character, making them more relatable and real to your readers. When crafting a backstory, consider the significant events and experiences in your character's life. The loss of a loved one, a triumphant victory, a heartbreaking betrayal, or a life-changing journey. These formative experiences shape their worldview, influence their decisions, and drive their actions. But remember, a backstory is not just about the past. It's also about how the past shapes the present. How does their history influence their current actions? How does it affect their relationships? What lessons have they learned? And how do they apply them in their present life? In essence, a well-crafted backstory breathes life into your character. It transforms them from a mere figment of your imagination into a living, breathing entity with a past, a present, and a future. It makes your readers care about what happens to them, root for them, and connect with them on a deeper level. So, as you're crafting your story, don't forget to delve into your character's past. Unearth their secrets, explore their memories, and uncover their truths. For it's in their backstory that you'll find the essence of who they truly are. A character's backstory is the backbone of who they are. It shapes their beliefs, their actions, and their journey. Now let's get to know our character. What are their values, beliefs, and personality traits? Diving into the heart of character creation, we're talking about personality. This is the driving force behind your character's actions, reactions, and interactions. It's the essence that brings your character to life, making them more than just a name on a page. Think about it. We're all shaped by our personalities. They influence our decisions, our relationships, and how we perceive the world. The same principle applies to your characters. Their personality can dictate how they respond to situations, how they interact with other characters, and even the overall narrative of your story. Now, you might be wondering, how do I develop a character's personality? Start with their values and beliefs. These are the foundation of a character's personality, guiding their actions and reactions. For example, a character who values honesty might struggle in a world full of deception, creating a compelling internal conflict. Next, consider their traits. Is your character outgoing or introverted? Are they optimistic or pessimistic? These traits can add depth to your character, making them more complex and intriguing. Remember, a well-rounded character has a mix of positive and negative traits. This balance can make your character more relatable and realistic. After all, nobody is perfect. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and so should your characters. Finally, let your character's personality evolve over time. Just like real people, characters can grow and change. This evolution can add a dynamic element to your story, keeping your readers engaged and invested in your character's journey. Remember, developing a character's personality is not a one-time task. It's an ongoing process that requires thought, creativity, and a deep understanding of human nature. But the effort is worth it. A well-developed personality can make your character feel real and relatable to your readers. While creating characters, it's easy to fall into certain traps. And let's be honest, we've all been there, haven't we? We're so engrossed in our stories that we sometimes overlook certain pitfalls. Today, we're going to talk about some of common mistakes, and more importantly, how to avoid them. Firstly, let's talk about unrealistic or confusing details. If your character is a 20-something billionaire tech genius who also happens to be an Olympic gold medalist, chances are your readers might find it hard to relate or believe. Remember, even in the most fantastical worlds, characters need to be grounded in some form of reality. Make sure their skills, traits, and experiences are plausible and consistent. Next, there's the issue of creating characters that don't fit the story. It's like trying to force a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. Your character needs to have a purpose and a role within the narrative. If they don't, it might be time to rethink their place in your story. But don't fret. These mistakes are all part of the learning process. The key is to be mindful and considerate when creating your characters. Ask yourself, does this character feel authentic? Are they consistent? Do they have a purpose in the story? And most importantly, are they interesting and engaging? Avoiding these mistakes can help you create characters that are believable, relatable, and unforgettable. And remember, character creation is a journey. So enjoy the process and don't be afraid to make mistakes along the way. They're just stepping stones to creating your next unforgettable character. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the art of character development. Crafting characters is a delicate process that allows us to breathe life into our stories and connect with our audiences on a profound level. As we conclude this guide, remember that every character is a universe of emotions, experiences, and complexities waiting to be explored. We hope the insights shared in this video will serve as a compass for your creative endeavors, inspiring you to delve deeper into the minds and hearts of your characters. Whether you're a seasoned storyteller or just starting on your creative path, remember that the magic lies in the details, the contradictions, and the authenticity of your characters. As you embark on your next writing adventure, embrace the challenge of crafting characters that resonate, evolve, and leave a lasting impact. Your characters are the heartbeats of your narrative, and their stories are the threads that weave the fabric of your world. Thank you for watching, and may your characters come to life in ways that surprise even you. Happy writing! All you need is a dream and the perfect tool built for writers, and the sky is the limit. Charlie is the project management tool you've been looking for. Project management for authors. Go to www.charlieapp.com and download Charlie now.